My name is Paige, and I am a peer recovery coach with Munson Healthcare.
My name is Paul. I'm a peer recovery coach with Munson Outpatient Behavioral Health.
My name is Maddie, and I'm a peer recovery coach at Munson Behavioral Health.
I chose to be a peer recovery coach because when I first started my recovery journey and I met with that peer recovery coach, it gave me hope. It gave me excitement for life that I didn't have for a long, long time. It gave me possibilities that I could accomplish things and reverse the internal stigma that I had.
I didn't even know about peer recovery coaching when I first got sober. And I wish I would have had a peer recovery coach at that point in time because I felt totally lost. There was no one that I could reach out to who I thought could understand.
As peer recovery coaches, we are resource brokers. We help plug people into the resources they need to get to where it is they want to go. We are navigators. We help people navigate recovery, navigate systems within recovery to get to where it is they want to go. We are barrier removers. We help remove barriers, obstacles, hurdles, things that may be in their way to get to where they want to go. And we're advocates. We help advocate and be their voice to help them get to where they want to go. And it's all about where they want to go. I'm not here to tell anybody what they have to do or how they have to do it. My job is to help guide them by shining the flashlight in the direction that they're trying to go and walk alongside them.
I was struggling with alcohol for years, and I didn't even realize that it had gotten as bad as it did. Both my parents struggled with alcohol use. My dad, unfortunately, passed away from it, but my mom is now almost 14 years sober, and we have a great relationship with that. But I struggled with my own drinking. I used to be an event planner, and so a lot of my life was kind of circled around drinking, and it was a very party type community that caught up to me, and it ended up getting a DUI. I got arrested and went to jail. I ended up taking the sobriety court program, and I, which is a 2.5-year program of probation essentially. And it was hard. I didn't have a license. I didn't have the ability to drive. I had to drug test twice a week. I had to breathalyze every day, multiple times a day. I even was wearing an alcohol tether at one point in time. And I had to sit 30 days in jail. While I was in jail, my brother passed away. And as awful as that was, that was what made me decide I wanted recovery. And everything changed from there.
I can distinctly remember when I was about 7 or 8, I had to go to the dentist and I had to get a filling. And in the dentist's office, what they do is, they give you Lectinus, right? And I remember the feeling of floating above the chair and thinking, oh my gosh, this is great. As I got older, I got really into the community of Northern Michigan and how, it's your 21st birthday. The first thing you do is you go to the bar and get a drink, and thinking that was great. And going out to the bar, closing the bars, that's great. As life progressed, I learned more about medications and what medications people took, and I've had surgeries and this and that, and knowing the feeling that certain medications can give you, and how that just turned on a switch.
Having lived experience helps me to help others by empathizing with them, relating to them. When they talk about their most vulnerable moments and they have shame in their voice and they're embarrassed, I can relate. I might not know exactly what they went through, but I've had similar moments. And people who have never been through substance use disorder can't relate. So they don't understand that, yeah, you had that crappy moment or that hard moment, but it doesn't define who you are as a person.
Had I had a peer recovery coach, I think this would have been really helpful to be able to have somebody who I could talk to on those days where it felt really lonely and scary, and also to just have somebody who could point me in the direction of different resources in the community that were available to me. I wasn't aware, and I was walking in blind to all of these things, just hoping that I could make it. So yeah, it would have made a huge difference, I think.
For someone who's watching this, if you are even considering or thinking about maybe making a decision to do something different in your life, don't be afraid to talk with someone, anyone. Ask for help, do whatever it takes. There are a little over, at my last look, there's a little over 25 million people in recovery in the United States. You're not alone. I am one of those people.
Reaching out for help is probably the hardest step of your recovery journey. It's hard to admit that there's an issue out loud. Internally, you already know, but so that first step is the hardest, and then everything else just kind of falls into place. It's not an easy journey. I call it a roller coaster. There's highs and lows, but it's totally worth it.
So by reaching out to a peer recovery coach, there's really no obligation. You can come in and try it out, and if it works for you, it works for you. There's many coaches here, so you can be paired with someone else if it doesn't feel like the right fit. And the important thing is to find somebody that you're comfortable with and that you want to show up with sessions for and connect with. This is your recovery, and it's important to figure out what fits for you and your path.
Recovery is possible, and I'm hopeful that by sharing me and my story, our journey, and where I'm at today, it's the biggest thing that I can do is provide someone with hope.